Hello, my name is Edwin Edebiri, the Global Chief Happiness Officer. It was back in the Great Recession, out of meditation, I just went out on the street and I started interviewing people about happiness. In one of those encounters, I met a young man in Jack London Square in Oakland, California. I shared with him about 30 minutes all of the things I have been accumulating before that time. The next day, he called me and he told me that when I had stopped him, he was on his way to commit suicide. It shocked my system. I realized then that what I was doing can actually save a life. And you can hear the details of the story in my TEDx talk. I went on to start the I Am Happy project that grew to 64 cities in 19 countries with almost 100,000 people, just encouraging people to go out and volunteer and be of service to others. Fast forward to the pandemic, March 20 of 2020, I hosted about 65 people to celebrate the International Day of Happiness, and people requested more. And the next week, and then the next week, at the height of the pandemic, we were serving close to 20,000 monthly registration with over 200 cohorts. We helped a lot of people. Now the next chapter. Welcome to the CHO Collective. That's right, CHO, that's the Chief Happiness Officer, that's me. The CHO Collective, the mission, folks, is to teach happiness as a learnable skill. Most people look at happiness as an emotion. We look at happiness as a skill, and more important, as a learnable skill. Why the CHO Collective, you may ask? Well, let's look at the US alone. There are 270 million adults age 18 and older. And according to Gallup poll and Wilson research, about 30% of those agree that they are seriously unhappy. 30% of 270 million folks is 81 million people going about in the street not happy. We can change that. Our goal is to train 1 million happiness ambassadors to go out and spread happiness. Now, we would reward you for it also. If you can use an extra $300 to $3,000 a month, we encourage you to join us today. Join us completely free for 7 days. Come and test drive, what we have, what is in the community. Come and hang out with happy people who are taking happiness seriously, and come and help us to put a dent in that population of people who are unhappy. Are you a happy person? The community needs you. Are you unhappy? You need the community. And we encourage you for $99 a month, folks. That's less than a cup of Starbucks a day. And people are spending less than that on their gym. And people are driving around with $500 to $1,000 a month car, and they are not happy. For $99, folks, you can join us. But guess what? For the first 7 days, we won't even charge you a dime. Yes. Yeah, you may need to put your credit card on file so that we know you are ready to go, but that will not be processed today that you join, and it will not be processed for 7 days. And we would even send you a notice 24 hours before the time before it is processed. We want you to actually test it without any fear, and maybe you would even walk away with some good friends. So we encourage you folks, to come and join us. Now you might be asking, can one person actually make a dent? History tells us yes. Go back to 1962. It was Rachel, a marine biologist that wrote a book, The Silent Spring, that started the whole movement about the eco-environment. Move to 1977, a person in San Francisco, folks, started the movement that led to the American with Disability Act. Fast forward to 2018, a young girl in Sweden sat in front of the parliament with a sign, "School strike for climate." It went viral. Millions subscribed all over the world. One person can make a difference. And you join us, we can make even more so. And then you might be asking, can people actually teach happiness? I want history to answer that question for you. Over 100 years ago, folks, everybody believed that leaders were born, and nobody can be trained to become a leader. Until Harvard University did the MBA program in 1908, and that changed all of that. Today, nobody argues whether anybody can be trained to be a leader. We want to do the same thing with happiness, and you can help us. Become one of the founding members today and help shape this movement and stay happy.